Four, three, two, one.
Welcome back to WDRB Media, the voice of the community. I'm your host, LJ Shepard, on the Swiss Money Radio Show. I got Brian McNeil and Johnny Davis. What?
Got my name right.
He's happy on that one. As you can see, we like to have fun in the studio and just talk about different things. Right now, there are a lot of ways to make income out there. There's so many ways to make income, and I want Johnny to touch on a few ways for individuals could look for opportunities of how to create wealth. What we need to look for, and what are some of the things that you're doing to create your own wealth?
Absolutely. Well, I'm very, very passionate about network marketing. I've been in that space for almost 22 years, and that's where I actually was able to retire. You know, we do it every day, and there's so many different companies that are out here with some great products. And as I said, we network every day. We always recommend great restaurants, great movies, great products, great books, or what have you. But the challenge is many of us don't get paid for it. And we have no problem promoting someone else's product, and we just don't get paid for it. Mm-hmm. But in my opinion, you know, you're looking at network marketing as a $174 billion industry, and the industry has created more millionaires than anyone's corporate America, the entertainment industry, sports, you name it. Network marketing has done that. And this is the only environment where the average everyday person can come in and actually make extraordinary income. And the extraordinary person can actually make astronomical income. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking to create wealth in 2018 and beyond, you definitely want to look in the area of network marketing. Also investing in the areas of cryptocurrency now. There's new money that's out here today. And again, for those individuals that heard about just using Bitcoin as an example, if you heard about Bitcoin years ago, today you're a very rich person. And so that is the money and the currency of the future. So if you're looking to, and it's going to create more millionaires and billionaires within a very, very short period of time. So for those individuals that are looking to really create wealth, you definitely want to spend some time in that area, becoming more educated about what cryptocurrency is and how you can position yourself in it and take advantage of it. And also, of course, for those individuals that are interested in real estate, I've dabbled in all of them. This is why I'm speaking from a real estate market, real estate standpoint. That's always going to be a cash cow. I mean, God is not making any more land.
Yeah.
Right. So no one's creating any land. So the more you can get your hands on right now, the better, because the way that our society is moving into, and if you look at the different laws and things that are being passed down, tax laws and all these different things, it's really set up for the entrepreneur to really step out and really make yourself seen and known. So the universe right now is conspiring to make that entrepreneur successful. And if you're not an entrepreneur, you definitely want to look into becoming an entrepreneur, because that is the new retirement plan.
And Brian, I want to touch on something he was saying, because everything that he said is all about opportunity. That's all it is. But you know what? The first thing when people hear about opportunity is fear that follows.
Sure.
So touch on how can individuals overcome that fear when they hear opportunity, like with network marketing or Bitcoin, that, oh, I don't want to do that because X, Y, and Z is stopping them. So touch on that fear, and how can people overcome that?
You study and you learn. The more you learn about network marketing, the more of that fear dies. You know, the more you study your craft. If you do the thing you fear, the death of fear is certain. Abraham Lincoln once said, if I was given 8 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 6 hours sharpening my axe. So the more you learn about those things, the less fear. But then you go, that's one part of it, but then the other two, a lot of people have these two demons, the fear of success and the fear of failure. The fear of success and the fear of failure, and it's hard. It's a big debate in my mind, even which one is the bigger fear, because I think we all have them, you know. And to the degree that you can conquer those demons, to whatever degree you can conquer those, is the degree you can succeed. You know, if you conquer those things a little bit, you can succeed a little bit. If you can conquer those degrees a little bit bigger, you can succeed a little bit bigger. And the way you conquer those things is to you do a couple of things. One is you get around people that have already conquered that. Iron sharpens iron. If I stand next to the trash all day, even if I don't touch it, I'll smell like trash. If I stand next to the success all day, even if I don't touch it, I start to take on that odor of that success. And then accumulating money also. I've learned that money has an odor. I've learned that when you have $5,000 in your bank account, you smell a little bit different to the people that work in the bank. I've learned that when you have $10,000 in the bank, they treat you a little bit differently because it just seems like it has an odor about you. So I think the goal needs to become, yes, you have those fears, you recognize those fears, but you can study past those fears. You can get around people that are successful. The more you read, the more you ingest, the more you YouTube video you watch about those kinds of things. Some of it is better than others, but if you study yourself to death, you know, if you train yourself to death, you train it, not to death, to life is probably a better term of it. But the more information you take in that's in the right direction, the more confident you feel about taking those steps. And this is accessible to everyone. You know, everyone has access to this information.
Now, Johnny, tell us, how did you get over your fear when going in? I know you've been in entrepreneurship for some time, but you was in corporate America first. So tell me how you got over your fear to leave corporate to go into your own.
Well, for
I
me,
want that question too. That's a good one.
you know, for me, it was all about the vision. It was all about, someone painted a picture for me when I was 24 years old. They said, Johnny, you can own your own business. And you can make as much money as you want to make. You don't have to have a boss. There's no limit on what you can accomplish. You can live in this beautiful home. You can drive what you want to drive. And at 24 years old, that's all I wanted to. I mean, I was salivating at the mouth. That was music to my ears. And I knew that in my present circumstance, working the job, that I wasn't going to be able to achieve these things. So it all became a question of, okay, what do you want more? You know, are you going to let your fear keep you here trapped with all these individuals that are going absolutely nowhere? Or do you want to go into the land of uncertainty, embrace it? Yes, feel the fear, but do it anyway. That's my motto, like, feel the fear, but do it anyway. Because what do you have to lose? And for me, it was just as simple as that. Now, for others, it's a little bit more. They take a little. It takes a little bit more to kind of chop down that fear to be able to move forward. But for me, I let my vision pull me. My vision pulled me toward it. My vision enabled me to get over the fear. My vision, whatever it was that I needed to learn, I did exactly what Brian did. What he talked about. You connect with people, you find mentors, and you attach yourself to people that can teach you what it is that you need to know. Because once you have knowledge about how to do a thing, like you said, you know, the fear disappears. So the more I study, the more I associated with successful people, and I adopted their teachings and their philosophies, my mindset totally changed. And once your mindset changes, then you realize that fear is imaginary. Fear is this imaginary thing that you concoct in your own head. Like, there's not going to be a fear monster that's going to knock on the door, that's going to say, boom, 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 let me in. I'm fear. Fear is all of what you manufacture in your head. So, with that being said, you understand that if you manufacture fear in your head, you can manufacture success. It all depends on what you choose to feed. I choose to feed my belief instead of feeding the fear.
Same question.
I like the question a lot. I like what Johnny just said as well. You know, I was in corporate America with a company called APCO. We had 17 offices, and I became the corporate sales trainer for them. And I would go from office to office teaching closing techniques. That's what I was doing. And then I started hearing people say to me, well, Brian, that's the best training I ever got. Well, Brian, where's your book? And I didn't have a book at the time. Well, Brian, this, and when you going to write yours? When you going to do this? And after a while, it started to become like a gut punch to me, you know? It was like hurting me every time someone asked me, how come you're doing it for them instead of for your own self? I was like, oh my God. And then the bug gets you. Then you wanna give it a try, you know? So I left them and I gave it a try. And it took me 4 tries, 4 different attempts to leave the workforce to go into business myself. But what happened was, and I had the same problem the first three. I would leave. I'd work a job. I'd become the top dog, top salesperson, and then I want to go into business myself. And then I make a lot of money, and then less and less and less and less and less until it was none. And then I gotta go take a job. You know, that's what happened to me. So then I go take a job, I get feeling good again, and then I go back into it. And I start making. And first off, it's always the same. You make a lot of money right away because you full of enthusiasm and you're ready to go. You make 10, 12 grand, 15 grand first month, second month you're good, and it's less and less and less and less and less until you make it none. It took me 4 tries for it to stick for me. But it was worth it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it may not. I'm saying that to say because somebody listening to this, they're going to give it a shot, and it may not work for them the first time.
Yes.
Right.
But it's worth it to try it again. In life, you only have to win the last time.
That's right.
Yes.
You know, and the game is only over when you quit playing.
That's right.
Yes.
That's it. So, and the one thing Johnny said I really liked was his idea of what he wanted to be. I want to be the world's recognized authority on selling services. Like when you think about selling services, I want the Brian K. McNeil to be the thought that you have right behind that. If you think about leadership right now, you might think John Maxwell. You think about motivation, you might think Ziegler, Les Brown. But when you think of selling services, I want the world to think of Brian K. McNeil. Now that's my vision. That's what I'm moving towards. And everything I do has that vision. That's what pulls me. Even if I have a bad series of months, it doesn't matter. I don't care if I lose everything, but my vision's going to keep me going.
I got you. Thanks for that. Now, this is what I want to do. I know both of you guys have, and I feel great to be in the presence, in the middle of sitting in both of you guys, but I know you have your network marketing company. We are part of it. Well, I'm a part of it, but tell and promote it, please. Let people know, because I want individuals know where to find you and things like that, or I should say your wife.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's I like to leave it this way. People can actually find me if you want to connect with me, and I'll share with you more about what it is that we do. You can find me on my website at www.succeedwithjd. That's succeedwithjd.com.
And
maybe Rachel can come and she can share with you. She can be a guest on your show.
Oh, of course. Then we'll do it that way. Okay. And yourself?
My brother Johnny is so smooth with his, man. My company is called Very Personal Sales Coaching, and it's sales coaching, sales training workshops, and my books, Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia. My website is either verypersonalsalescoaching.com or briankmcneil.com, either one. Brian K. McNeil, BrianKMCNEILL.com.
And you're looking at me hard when you say that.
Man. It took me 16, 17 tries at it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a slow learner. I'm on the tail end of things.
But my life is not just the sales, but right now our publishing is going gangbusters. My wife and I, we have a publishing company, Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia. We're helping people to get their thoughts into books so that these books can become keys for them and that their gifts make room for them. That's what we're doing. Big time. And we do a show every day, and we do author showcases every month. Johnny was one of the authors, I think in July maybe, or June. Something like that. He was one of our authors there, and he did a great job telling us his story. It was a great job. So,
I won that day too.
Huh?
I won that day.
You won what?
The prize, the best speaker.
Oh, you're talking about in Toastmasters.
Yeah.
Because of the author showcase, we don't give a prize
that's
for that.
something different. You're right.
Yes. I also am a president of a Toastmasters club as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you threw that out there.
He helped me, but I'm president of a Toastmasters club called ESP. It's for authors, speakers, and entrepreneurs. It's a theme club. That's what we do. And Johnny did come, and he participated, and he won Best Table Topic Speaker that day. Okay.
Toastmasters is great. If you don't know, definitely look them up. Toastmasters is a great.
He's phenomenal.
way.
He's if anyone's looking to join Toastmasters, this is the man.
Yep, I would agree.
Thank you.
Do you want to leave the listeners with any golden nuggets of something that you live by, stand by, and just want to leave somebody with a golden nugget?
Well, my golden nugget for the listeners today is I want you to really let this resonate in your spirit. When it comes to your life, you're born looking like your parents, but you're going to die looking like your choices. And you want to maximize and make sure that every single day that you're moving toward the vision that you create for yourself. It's all about your choices. All the choices that you make, every single choice that you make it matters. It's either going to bring you closer to where you want to go, or it's going to bring you further or further away from where you desire to be. So just understand that it's all about your choices.
Right?
I want to be permitted to close in a poem, a thought.
Yeah.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, will my empire rise and fall like the Roman legions must, ash to ash and dust to dust? Is there something more to this life than to build it for my ex-wife and give my children more than their parents had before? I go to work, I earn the bread, I watch TV, go to bed, sunrise, sunset, year to year. Before you know it, winter will be here. This life is not a scrimmage or a practice game. There is no Martyrs Hall of Fame. Time, the speedster, takes its toll. And for all of us, every day really is the Super Bowl. You see, losers live in classic style, that never world called Someday I'll. And then they blame bad luck each time they lose, and they hide with sickness, drugs, and booze. But losing is a habit, and so is winning. So if you want to change, you have to start beginning to live each day as if it were your last. Not in the future and not in the past. Dream it now, plan it now, want it now, do it now. And then be able to close your eyes and see the person you most like to be. Because when you think you can, and then you know you can, become your own greatest coach and fan. And learn to love yourself. And then learn to give away all the love that you can today. Think I can, I know I can become the most uncommon man. Brian K. McNeil.
That's pretty hot right there. How can I even say anything after that? But
JD, man, you got this.
No, that's JD. I'm L.
LJ, excuse me.
So you're just making
LJ.
up. You just making up from when I butchered your name. So I get it. That's okay. But I just want you to remember. Don't forget. December 13th. We have a wine social going on at Coffee and Thompson. Definitely come on out. It's at 1200 Graham Street. Please come on out. Tell a friend and bring a friend. Yeah, we gotta do the wine thing because that's what I like to do. I like to do wine. That is my company. Is a company with direct sellers. So if you like great red and white wine, you can go to directsellers.com/DC Lifestyle and get your order today. But come out to the wine social December 13th. Coffee and Thomas. You gonna be there?
Yeah.
You gonna be there?
On the 13th, I will not be